You know that feeling, right? Regret? It's one of the most common emotions we have, but our whole culture tells us to have no regrets. But what if that entire idea is just wrong? So today, we're diving into Daniel Pink's fantastic book, The Power of Regret. And he makes this really powerful argument that, you know what? Looking backward is actually the only way we can move forward. I mean, we all know the philosophy. It's basically a cultural anthem. It's a motto for living life full steam ahead, never once even glancing in the rearview mirror. People take this so seriously that they literally tattoo it on their bodies. No regrets, or as you see here, the French original, has become this permanent declaration for thousands of people. It really blew up with this iconic song by Edith Piaf, Non je ne regrette rien. Wasn't just music anymore. It became this global mantra for just pushing the past aside and moving on no matter what. And look, it's a really appealing idea. It's powerful. But what if this whole no regrets thing isn't just a simple mistake? What if it's actually holding us back, or is even dangerous? Well, Daniel Pink does not mince words. He argues that this whole philosophy is, to put it simply, completely wrong. So let's take a look at why. You see, instead of regret being some kind of character flaw, science actually shows us that it's a fundamental, unavoidable, and, get this, even an essential part of being human. So just how common is it? Well, in this massive study, they asked people a simple question. How often do you look back and wish you'd done things differently? The results were overwhelming. Almost nobody says never. In fact, a whopping 82% of people said they feel this at least occasionally. So regret isn't some rare problem. It's just part of the human experience. And think about it this way. This is really fascinating. The inability to feel regret isn't a sign of mental strength. It's actually a clinical symptom. We see it in very young children whose brains haven't fully developed, or in adults with certain kinds of brain damage. So the big takeaway here is that feeling regret means your mind is healthy and functioning exactly as it should. Okay, so if we all feel it, how does the engine of regret actually work? Well, it turns out it all comes down to a little mental battle between two simple phrases, if only and at least. The technical term for this is counterfactual thinking. It sounds complicated, but it's really just our incredible, uniquely human ability to mentally time travel, to look at something that happened and imagine a different reality, to think what might have been. And these what-ifs come in two basic flavors. The at-leasts make us feel better. You know, I bombed the interview, but at least I got the experience. Then there are the if-onlys. They make us feel worse. If only I had prepared more. The first one helps us feel better right now, but the second one, the if only, is what helps us do better next time. And there is no better example of this than a famous study of Olympic medal winners. Researchers just looked at the athletes' faces right after their events and rated their happiness on a scale from agony to ecstasy. And the results were just wild. The bronze medalists, who came in third, were visibly happier than the silver medalists who came in second. How is that possible? Well, it's because the bronze medalist is thinking, wow, at least I got a medal. But the silver medalist is tortured by that if-only thought. If only I'd been a fraction of a second faster, I would have won gold. So that if-only feeling, that sting of regret, it hurts a little, right? But that sting is precisely what makes it so useful. When we learn how to use it, regret actually has 3 amazing benefits, or superpowers. So here they are. First, regret helps us make way better decisions in the future. Second, it can seriously boost our performance. And third, it actually deepens our sense of meaning and purpose in life. This quote from the World Regret Survey just says it all. A parent regrets yelling at their child. That feeling is awful, but it leads directly to a change. I have never yelled at her in that way again. You see, the regret became a powerful lesson that improved their future actions. And all of this leads to a really powerful new way to think about our inner lives, one that really redefines what our emotions are even for. The pioneering psychologist William James had this famous observation: thinking is for doing, right? We don't just think for fun, we think to inform our actions, to help us navigate the world. So that raises a really interesting question. What are feelings for? If our thoughts have a practical job, then our emotions must have one too, especially an emotion as powerful and as universal as regret. And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. Regret isn't a bug in our system. It's a feature. It's not something we need to run from. It's something we need to confront and actually use. It might be painful sometimes, but its purpose isn't to punish us for the past. It's to teach us for the future. So when we do it right, regret doesn't drag us down at all. It lifts us up.